few years ago, sitting still for 30 minutes wasn't difficult. Reading a book didn't feel impossible. Working on one task for an hour wasn't a superpower. But today, you pick up your phone for just 1 minute. An hour disappears. You open your laptop to work. 5 minutes later, you're checking your email, then your messages, then YouTube, then social media. By the end of the day, you're exhausted, but somehow nothing important got done. So you blame yourself. You tell yourself you're lazy, undisciplined, weak. But what if that's not the real problem? What if you've been fighting an enemy you can't even see because the truth is, your brain isn't broken. It's being trained. Every notification, every short video, every endless scroll is quietly changing the way your mind works. And if you don't take control, this invisible trap will steal your focus, your ambition, and eventually, your future. This is the dopamine trap, and almost everyone is caught inside it. Dopamine is often called the feel-good chemical, but that's only half the story. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure. It's about anticipation. It's the chemical that makes your brain chase the next reward. Thousands of years ago, that helped humans survive. Finding food, building shelter, exploring new places. But today's world has changed. Your brain hasn't. Technology learned how to exploit that ancient system. Every swipe, every like, every notification, every new video. Your brain receives a tiny reward. Not enough to satisfy you. Just enough to make you want another one, and another, and another, before you realize what's happening. Hours disappear. Think about the last time you opened your phone. Did you have a purpose, or did your hand reach for it automatically? That's how habits begin. Not with a decision, but with repetition. The frightening part is this. The more your brain gets used to constant stimulation, the harder normal life begins to feel. Reading a book becomes boring. Studying feels painful. Working on your dreams seems impossible. Not because those things changed. Because your brain changed. Imagine feeding a child candy every hour. Eventually, healthy food wouldn't taste exciting anymore. The same thing happens to your attention. When your brain is constantly fed instant rewards, it loses interest in slow rewards. And success is built on slow rewards. Nobody becomes successful overnight. Nobody builds a business in one afternoon. Nobody transforms their body after one workout. Everything meaningful requires patience. But the dopamine trap teaches the opposite. It teaches your brain to expect instant satisfaction, and when success doesn't come immediately, most people quit. Not because they lack talent, because they've lost the ability to stay with something long enough to see results. Look around. People aren't just losing focus. They're losing the ability to be alone with their own thoughts. The moment silence appears, they reach for a screen. Waiting in line? Phone, eating lunch? Phone, walking outside? Headphones. 5 free minutes? Social media. Every empty moment becomes another opportunity to escape. But here's the irony. The greatest ideas in history weren't born during distraction. They were born during silence. Think about it. How can you hear your own thoughts when your mind is constantly filled with everyone else's? The truth is, distraction isn't relaxing you. It's exhausting you. Every decision drains mental energy. Every notification steals attention. Every interruption forces your brain to restart. By the end of the day, you feel busy, but you've created almost nothing. This is why so many people feel stuck. They're working all day, but making very little progress. Because being busy isn't the same as being productive. A distracted mind mistakes movement for progress. A focused mind creates results. Now ask yourself one honest question. When was the last time you sat in complete silence, without checking your phone, without opening another app, without needing constant entertainment? For many people, they can't even remember, and that's exactly why focus has become one of the rarest skills in the modern world. The people who protect their attention are gaining an advantage every single day, while everyone else is chasing the next notification. They're building businesses, learning skills, reading books, improving their health, creating opportunities. Not because they're smarter, because they've learned to control what controls most people. Your attention is the most valuable currency you own. Every company wants it. Every app is competing for it. Every notification is designed to steal it. Because if someone controls your attention, they eventually control your time. And if they control your time, they influence your future. That's why this isn't just about your phone. It's about your life. Every hour you lose to distraction is an hour you'll never get back. Every dream delayed, every opportunity ignored, every promise broken to yourself comes with a price. The scary part is that most people never notice the cost until years have passed. One day they wake up wondering why everyone else moved forward, while they stayed exactly where they started. The answer was never luck. It was attention. The question is, who owns yours? Now imagine what would happen if you took your attention back. Not forever. Not for a year. Just for one day. One day without constantly checking your phone. One day without letting notifications interrupt your thoughts. One day where every hour had a purpose. Most people would find that incredibly difficult. Not because they're lazy, because they've been trained to crave distraction. But here's the good news. Your brain can be trained again, the same way you've trained it to chase instant rewards. You can train it to value meaningful work. Every time you choose to stay focused instead of reaching for your phone, you make your mind a little stronger. Every time you finish a difficult task before rewarding yourself, you rebuild your discipline. Every time you choose progress over pleasure, you become someone different. The change won't happen overnight, and that's exactly the point. We've become so obsessed with quick results that we've forgotten how real transformation works. Real change is quiet. It happens in the mornings when no one is watching. It happens in the evenings when you choose to read instead of scroll. It happens when you keep going even though no one is clapping for you. That is where discipline is born. Imagine reading 10 pages every day. Imagine exercising for 30 minutes every day. Imagine learning one new skill every week. These actions don't seem life-changing until you repeat them for a year. Small habits become powerful when they are consistent. That's how extraordinary lives are built. Not with one huge breakthrough, but with hundreds of ordinary days where you simply refuse to quit. The truth is, your phone isn't your enemy. Technology isn't your enemy. The real enemy is using them without intention. Use technology as a tool. Don't let it become your master. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Create moments of silence. Leave your phone in another room while you work. Read a book before bed instead of scrolling endlessly. Go for a walk without headphones. Sit with your own thoughts. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will ask for another distraction, another notification, another video. Don't give in. That discomfort isn't weakness. It's your mind healing. Every minute you resist instant gratification, you strengthen your ability to build the future you want. Remember this. The quality of your attention determines the quality of your life. Where your attention goes, your future follows. If your attention is scattered, your life will feel scattered. If your attention is focused, your life becomes focused. One day you'll look back and realize that the biggest battle was never against other people. It was against your own distractions, against the habits that quietly stole your time, against the comfort that convinced you tomorrow was always a better day to start. But tomorrow has never changed anyone. Today does. This moment does. The decision you make after this video does. So ask yourself one final question. Who do you want to become? The person who lets every notification decide how their day unfolds, or the person who decides where their attention belongs? Because every successful life begins with one simple choice: to stop reacting and start leading. Your dreams don't need more wishes. They need more focus. Your goals don't need perfect conditions. They need consistent action. Your future doesn't need another excuse. It needs your full attention. There will always be another message. Another trend, another distraction. Protect your mind like it's your greatest investment. Because it is. Protect your time like it's priceless. Because it is. Protect your focus, like your future depends on it. Because it does. Years from now, people may look at your success and think it happened because you were lucky. They won't see the mornings you chose discipline over comfort. They won't see the nights you stayed committed when giving up would have been easier. They won't see the thousands of moments where you quietly chose growth over distraction. Those moments won't make headlines, but they will build your life. Never underestimate the power of one focused hour, one disciplined day, one consistent week. Those small victories become extraordinary results. The life you've been dreaming about isn't waiting on the other side of luck. It's waiting on the other side of focus, so put the phone down. Silence the noise. Take a deep breath. Look at the life you want to build, and begin. Not tomorrow, not next Monday. Now. Because every great achievement starts with a single decision. The decision to take back control of your own mind. This is your life. This is your future. And no notification is more important than either of them. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. Protect your attention.